And so we saw this last month. It narrowly passed in a House vote. It's now before the Senate. And something that Democrats and Republicans, lawmakers in the House and the Senate, the only thing all of them can really agree on is that changes will need to be made in order for it to even have a chance at passing in the Senate. And the few points of contention, you touched on one of them being the national debt. And the CBO, which is a nonpartisan office, said that this will add $3 trillion to the national debt over the next decade. Another point of contention are Medicaid cuts, which will leave millions uninsured over the next decade. What do people think about that? Are they concerned that millions of people will be left without insurance with this bill?
So, when we ask the question about imposing work requirements on Medicaid and SNAP recipients, and that's the functional language that we tested as part of the bill, actually 51% support the provision and only 44% are against it, with 15% being roughly in the middle. So it really depends how it's framed. In general, voters do not want their entitlements. They do not want these programs to be touched, even though at the same time an overwhelming amount supports balanced budgets going forward, which by definition would actually require a lot of cuts to these different types of programs. So it's really a question of how it's framed and which side exhibits leadership on the specific provisions. I think that net, when it comes to imposing work requirements on Medicaid and SNAP recipients, there's an affected demographic that is going to cry foul and is going to push very hard to make sure that these benefits are not lost. But the public net on that specific provision would go with Trump. Not by a lot, but it would go with Trump.
I want to talk about tariffs now because that seems to be one of the main factors that's dragging down President Trump's approval rating just a little bit. And we're not seeing much movement on the negotiation on the deals aspect of these tariffs. Last week, we did see a handshake for a framework for a deal between the United States and China, but the tariff deadline does loom. It's less than a month away before those reciprocal tariffs go back in place, before deals need to be made. I mean, what do the American people think about the tariff talk?
Well, they're split down the middle. I mean, they're still hopeful that Trump will reach a deal with the Chinese, and they're hopeful that Trump will usher the economy into a better place. These are some of the reasons why they voted for Trump. So he hasn't